Well, to Catherine, who's joining us from Cali. What's up, Catherine? How are we doing today?
Hi, guys. You're doing amazing. First, I would like to emulate much of what Kim said, that we appreciate this venue, and there's a lot of us. In fact, I am in charge or president or co-creator of an organization that we call Ladies of the Empire, which is a female fan base of educating women about football, not guys in tight pants, but
Ladies of the Empire.
Ladies of the Empire.
We'll throw it out there.
It is being developed. We're almost done with it. But yes, if you go to ladiesoftheempire.com right now, it's coming soon, and we can't wait either. But I have to say, it is definitely geared toward the Empire fans, which are the San Francisco 49ers. So, not that we don't encourage other women from other teams, but, my heart, lives in San Francisco. But, having said that, I want to talk to you about Deshaun Golston. As much as we got our defense back and, made it a point to make sure that we had our key players there, I'm worried about Deshaun not being there. So my question to you guys is a couple things. One, what's the likelihood of him being signed? Does he really have options to go somewhere else? Are there other teams that are really pining for him that we need to worry about? Because I know he wants a ring, and, is there someone else that he can get that possibility greater with another team than with us?
Okay, let's address that.
Okay.
We've got a lot on the table. We'll answer those and we'll move on to the next part of your question. First of all, he can't go anywhere. Right? He's going to play for you this year, so don't worry about 2012. He'll be your starting safety. Number two, the Michael Griffin deal is now in the books. Another franchise player at his position.
Okay.
The club will want to work off that deal, as will the agent as well. So I think when there's a deal, my own experience would be, if I had to deal with Golston right now and I had the Michael Griffin deal come in, I would feel like we got a lot closer to getting something done. Because there's a reason, there's a rationale for what the deal should be. And so I would say Golston gets done, and it's going to be close to the Michael Griffin deal.
Yeah, and that averaged out when you look at it. I mean, it's basically a 5-year, $35 million deal. He got a bonus like $1 million for $36 million when you look at Michael Griffin. So it's going to average about 7 a year. They're currently going to pay him $8 million as a franchise tag. So it's going to come probably in, like Pat said, 5 years, probably $35 million. Probably get about $9 million bonus, I believe, is what Michael Griffin. I think that's probably what the 49ers are looking to sign him for, Kat.
Okay. Well,
Hey, Kat, before we get to the next question, just because I'll forget, when you open your website, I'll give you an idea, and I've seen it work. There's a lady in Rhode Island that I used to help out with her website, and it's Ladies of the East or something, and it was the same concept as yours. But what she did, and maybe you can connect with her, I'll figure out how to do that, but what she did was she opened it up to ladies who love other teams to write a little article and put it on her website.
yeah, we actually talked about that. We definitely did. We have to kind of, like you said, take it in stages.
Do you play fantasy football?
I don't, and the reason why I don't is because I was married and my ex did not like football at all, so I had to fight with him about watching, 10, going to 10.
That's grounds for divorce right there. You didn't like football? Are you kidding
Right?
me?
You know how many guys want your phone number right now?
You know how many times I've heard that? Like, your husband must be, so lucky. I'm like, really? He could care less, but yes. So, I mean, the season tickets are mine and have been mine, and thankfully retained in my possession during the divorce, but yeah, it wasn't a factor. But
well, Catherine, let me ask you this too, because a lot of NFL teams, say like Marvin Lewis of the Cincinnati Bengals, they actually hold. It's all for ladies. It's called Football 101. I don't know if you checked into the 49ers to see if Jim Harbaugh or the 49ers organization offer that, but they do offer it's like a seminar where the 49ers coaches just bring in all the ladies. It's called Football 101, and Marvin Lewis has been doing it for years in Cincinnati, and I know a lot of other teams have been doing it as well. Have you checked into that?
they actually don't yet. In fact, we were with the lockout last year. I was very much privileged to be a part of the 49ers marketing campaign. They utilized fans in their fan base, and that's actually how they came about to know about the Ladies of the Empire and kind of described, what we do and how just girls getting together and talking about, trades, free agency, draft, whatever, the essence of the game, and, making it an environment where we can ask each other questions, where we don't feel that there's a dumb question, and letting girls and women learn the game to like the game, so there's no longer that bickering between the household. I mean, I had a reverse situation where we bickered about watching too much football the opposite direction. direction. But, again, that was kind of the premise. So they said that was something that they wanted to do, and they started one last year. They did what do they call them? The initial launch to see how it goes. It was called Tackle Talk, and it was on the internet. I've seen one episode, and I talked to the people who are in charge of that, and it was okay. I mean, there's definitely some improvements that can be done, and that's one thing I'm hoping that they do, because, no disrespect, but we hold the purse strings in the family, so we decide whether or not there's quote-unquote money for that when it comes to, can we buy season tickets, can we attend games, what type of merchandising and things like that. So from a business standpoint, it makes sense to make women feel more comfortable about learning about the game. We would like it more if we understood it. We don't get the
Catherine, there are no dumb questions in football. I'm not going to name the player, but he was a long-time player in the NFL, and he didn't even know that the Super Bowl was the NFC playing against the AFC. I'm serious. And we were preparing for a playoff game. So I'm not going to name the player, but there are no
we had one too many concussions. Let's just say that.
Catherine,
Poor guy.
there's plenty of stuff going on here that's inspiring to me for sure. Not only are you going to win the Bob Wiley tapes, and you can do what you want, I will also send you a copy of the book.
That would be great.
You'll get it also when you get off. You got too much going on here. Ladies of the Empire, but can I tell you, get another website for these truck drivers. Ladies of my dreams.
Catherine, you already got about 500 ideas right now.
Stay away from the wall. Stay on the line when we let you go.
If the ticket were, then that would be, the line would get longer.
Okay, hang on the line. Are you winning the Super Bowl this year?
There you go.
Catherine, are you going to win the Super Bowl? Are you going to and win the Super Bowl this year?
Well, any Super Bowl that my 49ers attend, they win.
Whoa.
That's why it's called Ladies of the Empire. We're going to dominate the world.
We do not show up unless we go home with it all.
I like it all.
We plan on visiting New Orleans twice this year. Let's just say that.
Okay. Easier said when you had Joe Cool lining up underneath the center. You know that, Ken.
True, but there's three aspects to the game, and so many people focus so much on offense as if it's the only thing. We can win games. You can do enough if you have two of the three aspects. We have special teams and we have defense. Yes, when our special teams was lacking, is the only reason why we didn't make it any further at the NFC Championship game. Period.
Love it.
If we had those strengths with those people, we would have been first.
Stay on that line, and we'll get your stuff, and we'll go the book on the tapes.
Yeah, we're going to pass you off to Shawnee Butler, our esteemed producer, and check out ladiesoftheempire.com. Encourage all the ladies out there to get involved with that. So thanks, Catherine. Thanks for the phone call. Have a great weekend. And I think we're off to a good start. So guess what? We're going to hit the break because the phone lines